So we'll be moving very slow, and we require your support, and as well as your all questioners are always welcome. Fine, everyone. So should we start with the fundamentals of web technologies? Yes, all of you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So let's start something which is required for web technology. The first one which is required, that is our editor. So for Java, yes, can you help me? Which editor or ID you have used for Java?
Ubuntu.
We are using
Ubuntu.
Vim editor of Ubuntu Linux.
No, editor. I'm asking for editor. Ubuntu, it's operating system. Yes. For which editor you have used? IDE or editor? Have you used?
We did not use any editor.
Eclipse ID, sir. Eclipse ID.
Okay, great. So in a similar way, through the entire web session, we will be using a Visual Studio Code editor. Okay, this one, a very famous one, Visual Studio Code. And this is your area where you need to download. So I will just help you with this. Okay, so you can have this link from the chat box. Next one. Sure. So as per your operating system, let's try to install your structure. So I'm having this OS Windows. So I will be using this one. Okay, just download it. That's it, nothing else. Right? It's a very common and single approach. So just download it and run this exe file, and which will lead you your VS Code, which will give you this VS Code. This is what you will be having. Right? So it's a very simple and common approach. So only two things required in our case. One is Visual Studio Code, VS Code, fine, for the developer purpose. And second one, we need a browser, any browser. So if you're okay with Chrome or maybe Mozilla, so you can use any browser here. Fine. Only two things required throughout the practical sessions: VS Code and browser. In case if you are happy with Eclipse or maybe other things, it's okay, manageable. But I'm using VS Code, so that's why I'm recommending. Otherwise, there are so many IDs are available, so many editors are available, which can be useful for operation purpose. Fine. So it is downloaded. Yes, you just need to run this file, run this exe file, and just do the procedures. That's it, nothing else. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sorry to disturb you, but your voice is not clear.
Achha, am I audible, all of you?
You are audible, but
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Your voice is quality is very low. Voice quality.
Some echo sound, sir.
Achha. Okay. Let me connect it.
Sir, please.
Yeah, hi everyone. How about this? Am I audible, all of you, properly?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, great. So the conversation was to download this VS Code. I've already shared that link. Okay, and this is your VS Code. So let me close this one. Fine. So we need to have one folder structure. So I've just created one folder in one of the area. So I'm having this folder only for your reference. You can have your folder anywhere. Doesn't matter. Fine. So this is my folder structure. This one. I need to access this folder from VS Code. Okay, so let's open VS Code. Okay, let's use any editor. I'm just using VS Code for the reference purpose. Fine. And yes, you need to access your folder here. See, so let's file. Let us access this folder. Okay, any folder, and I'm going to use this one. This is my folder. I just want to have this empty folder in my folder structure. And this is what we have received. Okay, so when you see this part, this is your Explorer area. So you will be having your folders, you will be having your files and number of things. Fine. We need to start our first technology, that is HTML and CSS. Okay, before we proceed, what we are going to cover during the sessions? What are the things we need to cover are in web sessions? So we'll be starting our designing part, that is HTML, CSS and Bootstrap. This is what we need to start in the earlier sessions. Then we'll be having JavaScript here. We'll move to JavaScript, jQuery, Ajax, and JSON. This is our second approach. So after UI session, this is your web designing part, or you can say UI designing section. Then you will be having development part, JavaScript, jQuery, JSON. Then you will be having Node.js later on. That is your server-side language. Then database. And finally, you will be having your React. In database, we'll be covering MongoDB here. We'll be having MongoDB in depth, but we'll be having MongoDB with Node.js. And then finally, we will be having React, which is based on JavaScript. So these are the things we need to learn. We need to do practicals only throughout the sessions. And you'll be starting, today's session will be having based on HTML and CSS. So I hope few people or many people you are knowing HTML, CSS. Am I right, all of you? Yes, all of you? HTML, CSS. Can anyone say about HTML, CSS? What is this? And have you used any technologies related to this HTML, CSS? Yes.
We use HTML, but not CSS.
Achha. But you know HTML, right? You
Yes,
have.
sir.
Very good. Fine. Even if you have not used, doesn't matter. Okay, we'll be having in depth. Everything will be having in depth, proper practical scenarios. So let's start with HTML, CSS, and Bootstrap one by one. So this is your area where you need to code. So my folder is ready. You can see our folder. Our folder is almost ready. Fine. This is your Explorer area. So what you need to do is create your folder anywhere in your system. Okay, let's open your folder. Select your folder as per your need. Fine. So this is my folder. And here we need to have something in this file. So in this Explorer, let us create one file. This is your area where you need to create your file. So I will say this is an introductory part. Okay, let's have intro part for HTML and CSS, and let's have an example extension as HTML. Fine. So as you have txt file extension, you have Java as an extension. In a similar way, we'll be having file name as intro.html. Okay, the extension must be HTML. Fine. If it is not required, just close this one later on. Now, how to run this file? Okay, let's say I'm having some characters here. How to run this file, this HTML file? Now, there are two ways to run this file. The first one is you need a browser. Your execution must be done with respect to browser. So see, this is your folder where your file it is created. So just do right click and open this file with your selected browser. Okay, so I'm using only one browser at a time. So let's say this one. And this you have received something on screen, a pure text, nothing else. Fine. So what you need to do is you just be you want to be in this area, right? Let's be in this area and just open your file with the help of any browsers, your selected browsers. Fine. So just click here and you will be having your results. So HTML and CSS code must be executed with respect to browsers. Like in Java, you have Java compilers. In a similar way, browser, you can say it is not a compiler, but browser will parse your code. So browser is responsible to perform your HTML and CSS. Let's say if you're using VS Code, then we need to run this HTML file using VS Code. See, there is an extension area. You can see this extension area. So here you have to be in this area, extension, and just search for one of the extension. The name is live server. This is your area, live server. Okay, so I'm using this live server, belongs to this author, and please install. You will be having an install command later on. Fine. So I have already installed here for your reference. So just install this one. So it will get installed here. Okay, and you'll be having this results. So you can use this live server to perform your HTML CSS code. Either you can be a part of this folder, run your file with respect to your browser. This is one of the way, or be a part of this editor or IDE. Okay, use this extension area. Search for a live server. There are so many options available. So I'm using one of the first one, live server. Install this one, and then how to use this one. So before you proceed, let's go to extension settings. This is your extension settings. So this is the area where you need to do the extension settings. And it will ask for browser, which browser you require to perform this. So if you just do scroll down now, this is your custom browser. Okay, specify your browser settings for live server, and by default it will open your default favorite browser. So I have used Firefox. You may use Chrome or maybe another browser. So choose your browser before you start your code. Fine. So the thing which you need to do is, first one, you need to download. You need to be in extension area. Here in extension area, search for your plugin live server. Install this plugin. Go to this extension and set your browser. That's it. So almost done. Almost the things which is required covered. Fine. So in case for your reference, I will just write it down. Readme.txt file. The first one which you need is your Visual Studio downloading area. This is where you need to download your Visual Studio code. This is your first part. Second, open your folder from Visual Studio Code. Okay. Then in extension, in plugin section, you must download your live server. I'm just having this one for your reference. Let's download your live server in plugin section. And once it is downloaded, set your default browser. Set your default browser. That's it. These are the things you need to do. And create your HTML files. Create your xyz.html files. Okay. So this is done. One more setting I need to add. So let's say in file area, always do autosave. So no need to have your file saving again and again. Just have use this command, that is autosave. So once you write something, this editor will help you to save your file automatically. Okay. So let's implement autosave option here. So this is what I prefer. And now you are ready with your structure. And now how to run this code? How to run this code? It's very easy. Just do right click here, right click in this area, and say open with live server. Open this file with the help of live server, and this value will be automatically transferred to this browser. See, now this browser, it is having this content. So there are two ways to run this HTML file. The first one, be a part of folder, access your file, and run your file with respect to your browser. This is one of the way. Second one, let's be in this extension area only once. Install your live server, set your settings here, and set your browsers, the browser which you need to perform something. Once it is done, then the rule is very simple. You need to run this HTML file with respect to this. Open with live server, and then you will be having something on screen. I hope you are getting the fundamentals, what you need to do before you start your code. Yes, all of you?
Yes.
Yes.
I have already written something in readme.txt file. In case if you find any trouble, if you find any difficulties, so please in between you may ask any questioners. Okay. Now let's start your code. Let's start your first HTML code. We'll be representing something. Okay. Let me go to any website, and we need to see what is HTML, what is CSS, and what you can do with this HTML and CSS. Okay. So when I see this website now, so this website, it is all about content which is visible on screen. According to me, there are so many contents. So when I see there is an image, then there is a text, okay, which is visible. It's an image which is moving in a sliding format, right? So HTML content. So what is HTML content for your reference? So when I say HTML, it is all about content which is visible on screen. And this content, it is divided into two parts. First one is text, which is in readable format. Second one is media files, which is in viewable format. And media files, you will be having your images, you may have your videos, and maybe something. So if you access any websites, please remember HTML. When I say HTML page, it is all about showing something on screen that is called as content. So here in this web page, it is showing something on screen. It is showing multiple images, showing multiple, and so on. So this is your simple HTML page. So HTML page, it's a collection. And this content now it is divided into two parts. One is text, which is visible on screen. Text, which is visible on screen. See, this is your text which is visible on screen. And second one is your media files, which is equal to images. So that is called as HTML. So the thing which you can read, which you can visualize, that is called as HTML. So HTML, it's a content having text and media files. The next one is CSS. CSS, it is nothing but presentation. See this one. Now when I see this particular text, it is having some better font size or bigger font size. When you see this one, this text, it is having some color, green color. This text which is having some gray color. When you do mouse over on this images, see, it is having somehow effect. So if you see all this thing, presentation. So CSS stands for present. So CSS, it is nothing but presentation on content. So maybe which is related to content, you may have a way or maybe different font patterns, or maybe color font size, maybe background color, maybe something on images. So all this called as presentation. So when you see HTML, CSS, when you web page, so always remember the thing which is viewable in format, which is in readable format, that is your HTML. And if you do some kind of presentation, that is called as CSS. Like example, this one, it is in gray color with very small font. So these are the two things which we need to learn, that is HTML, CSS. How about the full form? It's very simple, hypertext. Okay, text markup language. This is what the formula says. And CSS, it is called cascading style sheet. Okay, cascading style sheet. So this is what they've written. So this is HTML and CSS. Learning this HTML, CSS shortly with the help of this. HTML, it's a content which is visible on screen. CSS, that is presenting called as CSS. Okay, so let's say your first code. What I need is, I just want to have this way. See, I would like to have this content in a better font size. This is what I need on screen. Here comes your first HTML content, first HTML code, and you have a special tag. The tag name is h1 tag. Okay, the tag name is h1 tag, and let's pass this content in between. So in HTML, we have something which is called as tags. Okay, so let me just analyze this tag properly. What we have written. Let's go to diagram. So in HTML, when you write in this way, so what is this? So this is your and closing tag. Okay, this is called as opening. Okay, just let me write it down here. So opening tag, fine. And the second one, this is your closing tag. And you will be having something in between. So this is your opening tag, this is your closing tag, and you will be having something in between. This is your pure text. Right? So entry level, you need to have something in opening and closing tag. So this is how you need to write down. Let me have again. So this is your h1 tag. See, there is a suggestion. You can see lots of suggestions are there. So I'm using this suggestion, and let me run this one. So I just want to have some characters. Okay, I will say upcoming products. And when you run this one, with the help of live server, and see the answer. This is what you have received, something in a bold format with better font size. So if you want to represent, your structure as a header of any section. Okay, this is your sectional areas, and it is acting as a header. So HTML gives you one of the tag. The tag name is h1 tag, and this is the output of simple h1 tag. So h1 stands for header. You'll be having something on screen and this. So if you do not pass any characters here, then there will be no output in this case. You'll be having your h1 tag, or you'll be having your tag, but there will be no output. Yes, like in C programming, you have void main, if I'm not wrong, right? Yes, did you see this one in C programming, void main?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So this is where you need to write down everything. You need to write down everything in this area. In a similar way, we have this opening tag and closing tag. So we have this opening and closing tag, which is by default having some formulas on screen, right? So this is your first tag, and this is what we have covered with your HTML part. Okay, fine with this, all of you. First tag in HTML. Yes, any difficulties for this one? Anyone?
Oh, sir.
No, sir.
Am I going fast?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so let's have another tag in HTML. So we have one more tag, that is h2 tag. And I would like to have some characters. I will say this, let's say menstrual. So this is also one of the tag in HTML. And let's run this one with the help of live server. Yes. So when I see the differences, so h2 tag, it is having lesser font size compared to h1 tag. So h1 tag, yes, value is visible here. It is having a good font size. But when I see h2 tag, it is having a lesser font size. So depends on your output on screen. You can choose either bigger font size or maybe lesser one as per your need. So you can choose h2 tag. So we have different headers in HTML. So similarly, we have h3 tags also. Let me have a few values in this case. We have h4 tag also. Okay, let us have values in this case. Last one, h5. So we have h5 and h6. Fine. So let's have these values on screen quickly. And the last one is h6 tags. So in HTML, total 6 headers. We have total 6 headers to perform something. Now, as per your need, as per your requirement, or as per the client suggestion, you can choose any headers tags on screen. So header, it's a tag which is used to provide heading of any section. See, so from h1 to h6, when you see your font size, it is getting decreased. All these elements are in bold, no doubt, but it is getting decreased by some values. So for any website, if you have any header section area, so this is your sectional areas. For this sectional area, they have written something in the header area. So if you want to apply such kind of things in your web page, then you have total 6 headers. You have total 6 headers from H1 to H6. You have total 6 headers from H1 to H6. So this is your first HTML web page, which is having an introductory part, how to write down your code, and this example based on headers. Yes, and you can apply your comments also. Like in C programming, you have comment like this, or in this way. In HTML, we have comment like this. This is your area. Opening comment and closing comment. So here, I just want to say this example, okay, this example belongs to headers. And even I need to rename this one. So file name must be in a headers form. So let's say HTML headers tag. Okay, so let's have a proper HTML file name in this case. Okay, so this is your first example, which is based on HTML, which is based on content, showing something on screen. Okay, yes, everyone, is it fine with this example, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Any difficulties? Anyone wanna revise any topic till now? Yes, anyone? Okay, fine, thank you. So let's have the next one. So let's have next one, that is equal to paragraph tag. Paragraph tag in HTML. So let's have an extension equal to HTML. Now, if you see any websites, you will be having a good paragraph. Okay, let me use this website. Yeah. So here I would like to be in this area. Okay. So let's click here. Let's click here on any particular article. See, this is a very big header, fine. And when you just do scroll down, you're having an images, amazing. And below these images, you can see there is a content. Yeah, this is what you have received, something as a content. Okay, this is considered as a paragraph. Okay, this is all about, this is called as paragraph. So bunch of characters, if you want to represent, then this is called as paragraph. So this one. So let's have paragraph tag. So this is your paragraph tag in HTML. Let me have paragraph tag. And within this, I need to have a dummy content. Now in this editor, you have dummy content formula. So see, there is a characters LOREM. See, this is your character. So in this editor, this ID will help us to perform dummy content. So I just need to have LOREM. That's it. And this is what I have received as a dummy content. This one. Okay, this is what already they have given. So I'm just using this dummy content. And let's see the behavior. Yes. So I'm having a paragraph on screen. I'm having a kind of paragraph. Okay, kind of paragraph on screens. So paragraph, it's a collection of characters, bunch of characters, which is called as paragraph. Let me have one more paragraph here. Okay, so I just need to use paragraph tag. Okay, let's have a paragraph tag and apply dummy content again. So you'll be having one more paragraph on screen, 2 paragraphs on screen. You can see 2 paragraphs on screen. And let's have headers also. Let's have headers also about this. Okay, so let's have headers and some character. So I will say some character. So you have header tag as well as paragraph tag as per your need. And this is what you have written, something with respect to HTML. Fine. So this is your header, this is your paragraph, and along with this paragraph, I need to have an image also. Let me have any image out of this. So I would like to use this image. Fine. Now there are 2 ways to embed images in your HTML part. So image is also a part of content. Fine. We would like to use this image in our web page. So what you need to do is either you have to use images within a folder. You have to have images within a folder here. Or if you do not have any images, don't worry. Just use this image. Okay, use this image. So let's do right click. And you can have copy image link or address. This one. Okay, just access your image using copy image link. Now let's use this image. How to apply image? How to apply image in your web page? So after paragraph, now there is a special tag in HTML. The tag name is image tag. And in image, you have special attribute which is equal to source. Okay, so we'll be learning this part first before we proceed. So what is this from the definition? So you have opening and closing tag, which is already tested. In a similar way, you have this image tag. So this part now it is acting as a tag name. Okay, this part it is acting as a tag name, and this is called as image tag. This is called as tag name. Now this part, when I see source, this part now it is acting as an attribute. Okay, so this is acting as an attribute. So it will add something in image. Okay, so image, it's your tag name, and let's enhance your image with respect to your attribute. And within attribute, you will be storing some values. So within attribute, you need to store some values here. So here, this particular part, this double equal to part, now it is acting as a value. So let's have your image tag. Let's have your image tag. And along with this image, we need to store something in this attribute, and that is your source, that is your path. So let's pass a proper path from any web page. So I just need to have right click here, copy image link, and let's pass this image path. So this is what we have received image from this website. Okay, we are just using this image for the understanding or learning purpose. We cannot use this image in real life applications because it's a image with some copyright section. So we are just using for the learning purpose. We are implementing. We are not downloading this image. Let's run this one. And this is your first output on screen. So this is your image, this one. So H1 tag, then you have paragraphs, and after paragraph, we have started with your image tag. So this is your image where you are passing your source, and within source, you have given your image from any websites. So how to take images from any websites? Just do right click and get your images using copy image link. Yeah. Once it is done, then you'll be having your image. Now, this is one more attribute in image, which is acting as an alternate text. ALT stands for alternate text. Okay, so I will say this image belongs to, let's say, player. So due to any reason, if this image does not exist, okay, if I say some wrong parameters here like this, I'm just passing some wrong values here. It means I have passed a wrong path for this image. So due to any reason, if this image doesn't exist, you will see alternate text. You will see this text which is displaying something for images, which is having a description for this image. Have a look. So due to any reason, if this image doesn't exist, okay, now this browser, it is showing me in this way, image is not available. Fine. Okay, let me have another path here. That's the wrong dimensions. Dimension wise, it's okay. Okay, let me have some wrong file name for time being. Okay, so this web page is showing me this image. Okay, directly instead of alternate text, it's showing this images from that website only. Okay, so we'll be learning this part later on. So just leave it right now for time being. So this is your second example where you have displayed heading tag, you have given paragraph tag, and one more special tag that is for images, that is for media. So image, let's pass something in source. Fine. Is this clear? This one, second example, all of you?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So let's have next example. Now we would like to represent something in a list format. Now let's see this website again. So let's have this website, Flipkart. We would like to represent something in a point-wise format in HTML web page. So let's go to this area. And here I need to bin, let's say this one, fashion area. And when I see something, see here, you have so many brands. There are so many brands which is represented in a vertical format. It is in a vertical list format. So let's use this data in a vertical list format. So we have a special tag. The tag name is unordered list. Okay? Unordered list. So let's save this web page and show something in an unordered list format. So the tag name is unordered list, and within this you have to show so many lists. And let's have some brown name. So this is your first value. Now you'll be having something on screen in a list format, and by default your list format is disk. See, by default your list format is acting as a disk. So let's have few more values. So let's have one more list. Okay, and any brand name as per your need. So let's have quickly few more value. So we have so many lists here, and when you see this example, this is unordered. So when you say unordered, please remember you will be having your result in a disk format. This is called as unordered list. By default, it is in disk format. In UL, you may change your list format. So let's say UL and type equal to circle. Let's have your list format from disk to circle. Let's try to have something in a circle format. This one. Okay, and you may have different values here: square, circle, and so on. So UL that is unordered list. Okay, this is acting as a unordered list. Unordered list, which is having a collection of lists. And this unordered, by default, it is always having bullets. By default, it is always having bullets. And you may change these bullets from disk to circle, circle to square, and so on. There are so many options available. And please represent your content in a list format. Please represent your content in a list format. We have one more. When we have one more, that is called as ordered list. Okay, we have one more that is called as ordered list. See how to represent ordered list. OL, ordered list, and let's have some list here. Let's have some list here. I just want to have a few username and see the behavior. Now ordered list, it means you will be having your values in number format. That is called as ordered list. So you may have different values here, different values with different formulas. Okay. And we have total 4 users name, and see the behavior. You have total 4 numbers in this case. That is called as ordered list. So it depends what type of data you want to represent and in which format, whether you require something in a paragraph format or in something in this format, in a list format. That is called as ordered list and unordered list. Here you may have something in this. So let's say type equal to A. Let's start your values instead of number. Let's start your values with respect to character A in this way. So you are having your numbers. Instead of numbers, you will be having this type equal to A. You may use Roman letter also, like this one. So this is a Roman letter where you'll be having your results here like this. See. So very small examples to represent something on screen. So HTML, when I say HTML tags, it is all about something, a kind of content which you want to represent on screen. That is called as HTML tags. Yes, everyone, you're getting HTML tags. What is HTML tags? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Any difficulties for these 3 examples? Anyone? For these 3 examples, any questioners? Any difficulties? So we'll be having very few examples today for the first session. Yeah. Anyone who is having any difficulties till now, or anyone who want to revise any topic up to this one?
Sir, what if we want to take image from a folder?
Yes, sure. So let's have images from folder. So what I need to do is I need to have images here. Okay, let me see if I'm having any images. Okay. Yeah, see, I'm having lots of images. So let us use these images in our folder. So this is our folder, and this folder you'll be having your images. So let's have first images. And when I see, we have lots of images here. See, fine. And just go through this. So let's have images from your current folder. So let's create a file. Okay, images from folder .html. So again, your tag name is same, image tag. Let's have your attribute source. And within source, what you need to do is, see, you are in this folder, this one. You are connected to this images folder. So just call your images folder. See, this one. And from images folder, you need to access any one image as per your name. Fine. So let's access any one image and get your results. That's it. So you need to just connect your folder, and this is what you'll be receiving as an answer. Fine. So in case if you want to connect something within from your folder structure, then what you need to do is you need to just provide a relative path. So first have your folder, images folder in your folder structure. So this is our folder structure. We have already loaded so many images under this images folder, and just call this images. So from this HTML file, let's call your images folder and get your results. Get your results here. That's it. Okay, so this is how you need to connect your images from current folder structure. A very simple and small example. Okay, so connect your image, apply your attribute, and you'll be having this. So let's say example, if I'm providing some wrong image, then I will say this is product. Let's see if this image doesn't exist. If this image doesn't exist, then you must have alternate text on screen. Okay, let's say open with live server. See, if this image doesn't exist, you will be having alternate text on your screen. Okay, so this is how you need to understand alternate text. So you must have your proper images. Okay, otherwise you will be having your alternate text. So this is your original image, which will be visible on screen, and this is your alternate. This is the area where you'll be having your alternate text. So first one will be original image, you can see, and the second one is your alternate text. This part. So that was related to implementation of images from the given folder structure, from your own folder structures. Fine. So HTML part. Now let's introduce CSS. Let's introduce CSS. Okay. So this is your introduction part for CSS within HTML file. So let's have introduction of CSS.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir, alternative image means?
Alternate text. This is called as alt text. It means due to any reason, if your image is not exist. Okay. If your image is not exist, then this will be acting as an output on screen. So if this image doesn't exist, you will be having something on screen which is acting as an alternate text. So we don't want to have broken image. Okay, let's say if you don't have alternate text, and see the behavior. So can you see the broken image?
Yeah.
So to avoid this broken image, we always use alternate text. Fine.
Okay.
And the user can understand, okay, the image doesn't exist, but this image have some content. So you just try to have a good content in alternate text. Fine.
Okay.
So that's why this alternate text is required.
Can we use another image there in alternative?
No, alternate, it's a pure text. Here you need to pass your text. Here you need to have your image path. Fine.
Okay.
LT attribute is only for text. You cannot have any images there. Fine.
Okay, sir.
Fine. Now let's. Yeah.
Is it mandatory to have image folder in our HTML folders?
No, not at all.
Yes, sir. We can give any path if our image exists in that folder.
Yeah, definitely. You can have images directly here also. But let's assume if you are creating a very good web page, you may have so many images.
Yes, sir.
It's better to club everything in a single folder structure, right? It's a recommendation, but it's not compulsory. Clear, na?
Yes, sir. Got it.
It's not compulsory, but it's better, na? See, try to have your similar files in a folder structure. So it will be much easier for the developers also to understand. maybe the current developer or maybe upcoming new developers. So try to have everything in a precise folder structure. This is a recommendation, but not compulsory. Okay, so let's go ahead with your introductory part of CSS. Now, what is CSS? Again, CSS, it's a pure presentation. Fine. CSS, it is all about presenting your content on screen. So I just want to present this text in a gray format, maybe having a very small font size, having something in a bold format. This is called as presentation. So let's have your H1 tag. Okay, let's have some characters. So I just want to have upcoming products. Fine. Let's run this one. Open with live server. This is your H1 tag. That's great, which is visible, very fine. We need to do something for this H1 tag. We need to apply text color. We need to have background color. Let's have characters in uppercase and in center. So many things we need to do. And here comes your first presentation, that is CSS part. How to apply CSS? In HTML file, okay, this is your HTML file. In HTML file, if you want to apply your CSS, then please use style tag. Style, it's a special tag which is given in HTML. This is your HTML tag, and this will help us to apply CSS. This will help us to apply presentation, cascading style sheet for H1 tag. See how to select. So let's select your H1 tag from the given page. So we are having one H1 tag here. Your H1 tag is ready. Let's select this H1 tag in your web page. So this is your H1 tag, and this H1 tag, it is visible here. And let us have in this curly bracket, let us have something in this curly bracket. So I just want to have background color. See now there are so many CSS property visible. So let's have background color, and that is equal to light gray. So what I'm seeing here in this case, we have H1 tag which is visible on screen. We need to apply CSS presentation for H1 tag. So that's why we have selected our H1 tag. Let's apply something for H1 tag in this curly bracket. This is called a scope. Like you have C programming, for loop, while loop scope. In a similar way, this is your scope. In this scope, for H1 tag, we need to apply background color. So let's apply background color, and your background color equal to something, that is light gray. So H1 tag selected in CSS using style tag, and here in H1 tag you need to apply background color equal to something, and see the behavior. See, this is what you have received as an answer. You have background color gray in this case. Let's have something in center. So text, one more property. See the simple CSS, all it is a simple English, text align. And let's have text align in center format. So we need to have H1 tag exactly with text align center. So this one. And last one, let's have something in uppercase. So we have one more property. The property name is text transform. So let's use text transform, and that is in uppercase. So let's apply text transform. Let's display something in uppercase. Now here comes your presentation. Here comes your simple presentation. Okay, so before we proceed, let's understand what is this and what you have done with this.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
If you not given any tag, then what is the default header for that that line? If we don't given any header file, means H1 or H2,
Like this?
simple.
Like this?
Like this.
It's a pure text. It's a pure text. See this one. It's a pure text, and browser has by default font size and font family for this text. This is not an header tag. It's a normal text. Fine.
Okay, sir.
So if you want to represent something in headers, then we have, I think if you remember, we have total 6 headers, right? This one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So these are the very special tags which is available only for headers. Only for headers.
Okay, sir.
Fine. So let's have something in headers. Okay. So let's say if you write something in this way, what does it mean? So what does it mean? What you have selected? Okay, let me have this code. Fine. So let's save this file. This is only for your reference. Let's save this file. So within our folder structure, we need to save this file. Okay, so that is HTML intro. And let me have another set of code. And this is your CSS example. Fine. See, this is your pure HTML tag. This is what you can easily represent. This is your pure HTML tag. And what you have done is you have selected your H1 tag here in your style tag. This is what you have selected. So this part, it is called as selector. This part, it is called as selector in CSS. So since you have selected your H1 tag, okay, since you have selected your H1 tag here, so this H1 tag, it is this is what we have selected in your style tag. This is called as selector from the definition purpose. How about this one? What is this part specifically? This particular part, text transform. So text transform, this is nothing but CSS properties. Okay, what type of property you want to apply on selector on H1 tag? This is called a CSS property. So this is my H1 tag, which is acting as a selector. In this H1 tag, let us apply a CSS property. The property name is transform. And what is this? What is this? This is nothing but a specific value for this property. Okay, so let's apply CSS property which is having value uppercase. This is called as value. A very small description. This is your introductory part for CSS. So if you are selecting any element within your web page and style tag, okay, if you are selecting any element within your web page in your style tag, then this is called as selector. This is your H1 selector. So select all H1 tag from your web page. Apply a few properties. So one of the property is background color. Second property is text align. And third property is text transform. And please apply your colors combination. So this is your values. Background color equal to gray, text align center and uppercase. This is your value. And every property must be terminated by semicolon as per your C programming functionalities. Okay, so first example where we have covered few things from CSS. So what is selector? What is selector in CSS? So here H1, it's a selector. H1 is acting as a selector. Then what is a property? What is properties? What are the properties or different properties in CSS? So you can say here the text align example considered as a property. Fine. And this example, since you are having your CSS in HTML file, so this example belongs to internal CSS example. This is also called as internal CSS example. Why internal CSS? Your extension is HTML. Within HTML file, within style tag, you have written your CSS presentation. Hence, it is called as internal CSS. You are having your CSS within HTML file. It is called as internal CSS example. A very small and first example where we have covered HTML tag as well as CSS properties which represent your internal CSS example. Okay, is this clear? This one, all of you?
Sir, if we have two or more H1 headers, then how we know that which header we want to select?
See, by default now, if you have multiple H1 like this example, since you have two H1 tags, by default, all H1 tags will be having same set of code by default. Because what you are doing, you are selecting only H1 tags. And since we have two H1 tags, maybe you may have some different content. So this line says select all H1 tag from this page and apply background, apply text align and text transform. And yes, you may select your H1, you may select your elements with separate formulas also, but we'll be having this one not in this session, maybe after some time. So this is an introductory part first. How to select your HTML tag and your CSS in your presentation. Okay, is this clear? This one.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, everyone, anyone who is having any questions for this example.
Sir.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
If we are having multiple headers, then we have to create that style and selectors multiple times, or we can do it in the same program.
Achha, you wanna differentiate this H1 tag, am I right?
Yes. Can you show us that if we are having upcoming products, the second one, we are having their H2 header, then
Okay.
how could it be done?
Yeah. Sure. Okay. Let's say one more example, which is based on internal CSS example. Question is a very good question. Let's say two headers here. So I'm having one first header H1, and let's say a few characters here, upcoming products. Fine. Let's say one more header H2, right? And here I need to show something. So first get your values on screen. Let's do live server opening. Okay, and let's have different CSS for H1 and H2. How to apply internal CSS here? So yes, you need to start your style tag as usual. Have your H1 tag, and apply your CSS property. Let's have only background color. So background color equal to something. Let's say light gray. So H1 tag from this web page, H1 tag, it will be having color equal to gray. This is an assumptions. Yes. And do the same procedure for H2 tag. So do the same procedure after this H2 tag. And let's say again background color equal to let's say this one. So H2 tag will be having different background color because we are having two different tags. Okay, let's have a few more properties. So I just want to align this first H1 tag on right hand side. So text align right. So first H1 tag will be having your content on right hand side. Let's do reload. Yes, it's going on right hand side, this area. How about your H2 tag? So H2 tag, I just need to apply font size. So let's improve font size equal to 90 pixels, assumptions, and see the behavior. Answer is equal to 90 pixels. And let's change the color also. It's a black color. You may change your color from black to something. So there's a CSS property. The property name is color. Color stands for text color. Let's change its color from black to, let's say, blue, white, violet. Okay, let's see the answer. And one more, I need to have a space between these characters. So let's have a space between these characters, and which is called as letter spacing. So one more property, letter spacing. Let's say 5 pixels. Let's have a 5 pixel space between characters. 5 pixels is very less. Let me have 15 pixels here. Okay, and you'll see character space 15 pixels like this. So one more example, which is based on internal CSS. This is your internal CSS having two different tags with CSS properties, list of properties. Okay, is this clear? This example, style.
Yes, sir.
Two different tags.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great.
Sir, if we have different headers, so we have to write different header for style header for each one. Na?
Yes. So 6 header tags, you need to have your style with H1 to H6. So here you need H1, then H2, then later on H3, and so on.
If the I want to apply the same style to all headers, so that will be problem. We cannot write the one style for different header at a time.
Yeah, you can apply the same set of code to individual headers. We'll come to that point also, which is called as grouping. Okay, which is called as grouping. We'll come to that point. Don't worry. Let me have one more example. Now let's implement paragraph with CSS. Let's have one more example. Paragraph with CSS, HTML file. So this is your paragraph. Let's say LOREM dummy text and do enter. This is your dummy text. Okay, and you can see your paragraph on screen. This is your paragraph. we need to apply a CSS presentation for paragraph. So let's say style, select your paragraph in scope. In this scope, let's say first border. I just want to apply border for this paragraph. So let's say 2 pixels border with solid style. So I need to have 2 pixels border. So let's say width of this border equal to 2 pixel and type of border equal to solid. Let's see the border style equal to solid. 2 pixels solid border. Black color border is visible. Let's reduce its width by something. So let's reduce its width by let's say 150. Let's say 500 pixels. Let's reduce its width by 500 pixels. And now see, paragraph is almost 100% width, and see it is reduced by 500 pixels. I just want to improve font size here. So let's improve font size. So font size equal to 30 pixels. So paragraph font size equal to 30 pixels. Done. And now we need to have something. So see, by default your text, it is aligned on left hand side. On right hand side now there is no structurized pattern. I just want to align from both the sides. So let's have a text align justify. Let's align your paragraph in a justification format and see the behavior. Yes, see, this is aligned on left hand side as well as on right hand side. Can you see? You have aligned your text from both the sides in a right way. This is called as text align justification. Now I need to have a space from left hand side. Let's have a space from border. Let's have a space between border and text. So there is a special property. The property name is padding left. Let's apply padding left 30 pixels and see the behavior. So now there is no space between text and border, but since you have written padding left, see the behavior. Now there is a 30 pixel space from border and text. So there is a good space between border and space, a border and content. So this one, 30 pixel space. This is called as padding. Let's apply same padding from right hand side also. So let's have a space between text and border. So padding right, 30 pixels. And you can see the result. Yes. Now there is a good space. There is a good space here between border and this content. Let's do a space from top and bottom also. Okay. Let's have a space from top and bottom from its border. So padding top, 40 pixel space from its border. So from its border, let's have a space 40 pixels like this. See, a good space from text and border, 40 pixels. And similarly, good space from bottom also. That is called as padding. So let's have padding from bottom. Okay. So let's have padding from bottom equal to 40 pixels. And see the behavior. Yeah. So all over, if you see, the space is very good. So now you have written your structure with a nice approach. This is what you have written. You have designed something in a nice approach. So you have given border first for your paragraph. Then you have given your element width. Okay, you have just given a dimensions, font size for this paragraph, alignment, and there is a good space from all the sides. That is padding. How about the last one? The last one is I need to change this font. Let's change this font. So how to change this font? So there is a special property. The property name is font family. Let's use font family and change this font family to Arial. See, there are so many fonts available. You can choose any font, or just if you have any idea about any font, just use it. Let's change this font pattern. Okay, now it is changed. It's a font family Arial. Okay, so one more example on paragraph with some nice design. Okay, one more example for this paragraph having some content. Fine with this, all of you? Padding, font size, border, and family, font family.
Sir, now we give the border color, background color in paragraph. Will that color stay in that border, or it will?
Yes, it will stay in. It will stay within a border. So let's say background color equal to let's say very good color. It's a light green. Yeah, this one. So this will be available within a border itself, light green color. See. Okay, fine with this background color.
Yes.
Yeah. So please go through this. We have paragraph, And within this paragraph, you have written something. You have given a border first, then you have written your dimensions, and then you have given a space from its border for your content, that is called as padding. And this is what you have received as an answer. These are the few CSS properties. Okay, very few examples, very small examples. This is the only HTML CSS introductory part to have some hands-on. What is HTML, what is CSS, and so on.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, is it affect if we write the background color first and after that we write the border?
No, it won't affect. So this is what you need first, background color. You need background color on first, and then you need a border, right?
Yes.
No, it won't affect any output. Output will remain same. See, can you see?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so it won't affect your structure or output. Okay, yes, all of you are getting this, the fundamentals of HTML and CSS. Yes, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Anyone who is having any difficulties? Am I going fast in terms of speed?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Pixel is nothing but the space.
Pixel, it's an unit. Yeah. So you can say pixel. This is your character which is having some pixels, right? So pixel, it's a unit similar to centimeter, millimeter, meter, right? In a similar way, we have pixels in your in terms of your screens and resolutions. So pixel is an area where you will be having your characters. So one character may have a good pixel size, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sir, please explain that text align justify part. Sir.
Sure. Definitely. Okay, let's remove this one. And see, by default, your font or text, it's always aligned on left hand side. Can you see the alignment left hand side?
Yes,
here on right hand side, there is no proper alignment. So the scenario was, I just need to align from both the sides. So it is called as justification. And see the behavior. Now, can I say this text, it is aligned on left hand side as well as there is a good alignment on right hand side.
Yes.
Equal alignment. Fine.
Yes. Good.
Yeah. So let's have one more property. So I need to have a space between words. Okay, two more properties for this example. So let's have word spacing and 30 pixels word spacing. Let's have a space between individual words as 30 pixels. So this one. So there's a good space between two words. And let's have a good height between two lines also. Now see, these lines are almost interconnected. So we need to have a line height. So let's have line height and make it double. By default, it's 1, make it double, 2. So you'll be having a very good line height. See, can you see the double line height? Almost, it's double. There is a good space between these two lines. This is called as line height. Okay, so this is your all about HTML, CSS functionalities, how to apply this HTML and CSS. So we'll be learning few more examples. We'll be learning good examples in this case. This is only an introductory part, and I don't want to be in rush. We'll be having one more session in the evening. We'll carry forward this HTML, CSS. So I hope you have enjoyed this, the fundamental session of HTML and CSS, right, all of you? And see, yes. This is one of the simplest programming. It is not a programming language because it doesn't have any logic. So you can say this is one of the simplest markup language, HTML and CSS. Very good example. Okay, so we have enough time for the conversation, 15 minutes. In case if you want to ask any question or if you want to revise any topic, if you want to say something, please.
Sir?
Yeah.
So in the actually in the unordered list part.
Unordered list. Okay, let me see where is yeah.
Yeah. So over here in the when you enter the list like Nike, Adidas, and etc. So the list should be unordered when the output is displayed. So how come it is not changing its order?
No, it's not changing its order. See, by default, it's the first one is this one. No? See.
Yeah.
By default, this is Nike. See on top.
Yes, sir. I understood. So the thing I was thinking is the list should be unordered, means it should not be in the top. Like it's displaying same as how we entered the input. So I was thinking.
No. Unordered, Chacha, I got your point. See, yeah. Unordered, it means there is no numbering system here. There is no numbering system. By default, it is in disk format. So unordered doesn't sort your list. It will be having something in a disk format by default. This is called as unordered. This is a numbering system. And when you say ordered now, so you'll be having your values in number format. So it will not rearrange your values. Okay, it will just represent something with disk and numbers. Fine. So the definition only for your this formula, not for your actual values. Fine.
Okay, so I was thinking for that.
So that is called as sorting in your programming language, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's a different one. Yeah. Okay.
Sir, can we give the checkbox?
Which one? Checkbox. Yeah, sure. So for before Nike, I need to have a checkbox. So there is a special tag. The tag name is input, and input type equal to checkbox. That's it. And in Flipkart, you will see your checkbox as an answer. Say this is your input type checkbox, and you will see something as checkbox. Yes. Now you can select, you can deselect your checkboxes. You may perform something in this. So same set of code you have to write everywhere. Okay. So how to write again? Let's say so input type. Okay, let me have space. So input, and we just want to have checkbox. So input type checkbox. That's this. Okay, just remove this one, which is not required right now. So this is your checkbox for everywhere. Okay, fine with this checkbox.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sir,
Hi. Yes.
we are writing CSS code inside the style tag only.
Yes. Just a minute. We have written CSS within HTML file. Yeah, this one.
Okay.
So see, there are so many ways to write CSS. One of the first example is implementation of your presentation within HTML page under style tag. It is called as internal CSS. We have two more ways to write CSS, but we'll do later on. Fine.
Okay.
So please remember, this is your first introductory part, and we just want to understand the fundamentals: how to write your HTML tags, how to implement your CSS. That's it. So we'll be learning few more things in the upcoming session. Fine.
Yes,
So we don't want to be in a hurry at all. Fine.
Yes.
Yes, everyone. Anyone who is having any questioners? Anyone?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
There is two header tag H1 and H1 in upcoming products.
Yeah. Okay.
In previous.
Just a minute. So two headers. Okay, let me see which file. This one.
Intro CSS.
Yeah, we can take any example.
Acha. What do you need? Okay, let me design this one. Okay, two headers.
No. Just any tag. Paragraph tag.
Okay, paragraph. Okay, fine.
We are having two paragraph tag, but we are not. If I want to identify it uniquely, means want to apply properties for the first tag.
Yeah.
Paragraph only. How
So
would I do it?
you want to have background color gray for this and background color green for this.
Yeah.
So we'll come to that point in the next session. Don't worry. Like I got your point. You need to just distinguish these elements, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do it. Don't worry. We'll cover everything. Don't worry about this. Then we'll be covering a very good answer also. So let me see what you are going to achieve something at the end. So I will just show you. See, this is what we have developed. The answer. Okay, this is only for your understanding. This is the requirement from the what you are going to learn at the end using HTML CSS. You will be learning like this, something like this. Can you see this one?
Yes.
A nice layout. Yes, this is the answer of HTML and CSS. So we'll be learning this. So don't worry. But okay, it's a time-consuming process. It requires a good number of sessions to cover all these things. Fine. So this is what you can expect something using HTML and CSS, and you will be having something in a mobile also. So in mobile, you will see your answers like this. Can you see? This is your mobile-friendly layout. Fine, now. Yes. So these are the expectation from the HTML and CSS, and one of the easiest markup language. Anyone can learn this language. Anyone. Yes, it's only simple bunch of words in HTML. Simple things in HTML. That's it. Okay. Any more questions before we leave, everyone? Any more questions?
Sir, please share these files.
Yeah. Just a moment. I will share this file. Yes. Give me a moment. Okay, please check your chat box, and let me know if this file is visible or not. If it's visible, then please share with your friends also. Download and share. Yes, received? Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please share with your friends and try to have your folders on daily basis. Okay, like today is 9th May, so you'll be having 9th May folder, then 10th May, and so on. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so should we stop for this session, all of you, with your permissions?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So let's meet at 4 p.m. with same HTML and CSS. Okay, everyone.
Yes.
Bye bye, everyone. Take care.
Thank you, sir.